The reason for the lymphatic massage is that it stimulates the lymphatic system, which is part of the circulatory system, and despite the fact that it is part of the circulatory system, it isn't connected to the heart. It doesn't have a pump, pressuring it and keeping it in motion. Really, the way it gets movement is from contact and what were the other ways? I'm drawing a blank, but it doesn't have its own pump. It has to rely on external or even very poorly handled auto-sufficient manners that the lymphatic massage moves. So, poorly explained, but you get the idea. It doesn't have its own pump, so it is helpful and beneficial for people to move, the fat in their faces or the fat in other places towards these lymphatic channels, which are kind of like veins, but they're not closed like a vein is. They are open to leaking out the fat and material that is within the lymphatic channels and secreting them in other places, hence why you just move them back to their channels. And in addition to being part of the circulatory system, it also piles up waste within these channels as well. So despite the fact that it is a vital part of the immune system, it collects waste because it is part of the, I think it's part of the intestinal, it has something to do with the intestines as well, so it builds up bile and whatnot in waste. And so we wouldn't want that in any other part of the in any part of the body that it shouldn't be in. And I think that rule applies for anything that's kind of an easy rule, where you don't want something in a place where it's not supposed to be. So that's the reason for the lymphatic massage. It's going to be one for your face. I'll be guiding you step by step, but before we begin, I'm going to be asking you a couple of questions just to determine if you are an eligible candidate for this program. Is this okay? Excellent. I'm going to be jotting it down on my computer in that case. The first question is, do you have any known circulatory problems? Okay. And do circulatory problems run, do they run in your family or any sort of circulatory diseases? Okay. And this is from all the generations that you're aware of. Okay. The next question is, are you on any medication that has a side effect of affecting your circulatory system, whether that be a side effect of thickening your veins or blood thinners? Okay. And then how long have you been on those pills? Okay. That shouldn't affect it too much. And then, have you noticed any swelling in your face? Any parts of your face that seems a little more bulgier, particularly beneath the eyes, or where else is it part? Also around the cheeks as well, but it's mostly noticeable around the eyes, whether it be here or also on the lids as well. And then, last question. How do you sleep at night? Do you sleep face up, towards your side, or face down? Okay. And how long have you been sleeping in this pattern? Excellent. In that case, then we can begin with the facial massage. Now, the way it works is that there's some lymphs here on your next to your ears. So there's some lymph channels that go down to the rest of your body. And so what we're trying to do here is that we're trying to drain out basically the waste, the fat, the bile that might be building up in your beneath the surface of your skin, and pushing it towards these lymph channels. There's added benefits, whether it be cosmetically, which is that it gives you a facelift. Basically, it has anti-aging properties, and also it avoids, it is a preventative measure that you can take in order to not get edema, or what's another one? Oh yeah, it also prevents, well, I mean, that could be cosmetic as well, because you prevent fine lines, but it has a lot of added benefits as well. So the first step we're going to do is I'm going to be putting some lotion on my hands. So now that I have some lotion on my hands, I'm going to go from ear to clavicle. So I'm going to be going from here, and then I'm going to be draining it down with a little bit of pressure with my with my ring finger and middle finger and index finger down to your clavicle, which is the collarbone that is right here, of course. So there we go. Now keep still, and then try and sit up straight, and then keep your chin not raised up, but at normal level. Thank you. Now I'm just going to be going from your ears down to your clavicle, and I'm going to do this 3 times. So I'm going to be applying pressure throughout all 3 times, and you can do this at home as well. So what you basically do, as I just showed you on your own skin, is that you go from right here, and then you just circle down until you hit your clavicle, and you keep doing that, but with some pressure. The next one is going to be going from your forehead right here, putting pressure from the median line of your forehead. I got lotion in my hair. One of the perks of the jobs. So you're gonna get go from the median of your forehead, basically meet your fingers together, and then you're going to be applying pressure and basically draining your forehead of whatever material or bile or whatever it might have down to your ears, and then you're going to be swiping it down to your clavicle again. So, and you're going to do that 3 times. Meeting your fingers together at the meridian line of your face, you're going to be smoothing away your forehead, and then going to your ears, and then going down to your clavicle again. Just like the other part, only you have the added step of your forehead. So, once again, going from the median line, applying pressure, going down to your ears, and then draining it out to your clavicle line. And then once again, median line, smoothing it out to your ears, and then down your clavicle. So you do that 3 times as well. What you're going to do is you're going to be going from the outer. You're going to be going from the outer corner of your eyes, circling in, without applying too much pressure, because the area beneath your eyes are quite sensitive. The veins can rupture easily, and that would be counterproductive if you're looking for cosmetic, if you're looking towards this for cosmetic reasons, because that could lead you to having puffier eyes and you know, it being darker and more noticeably like as if your veins in your eyes had, you know, basically popped, which they did. You're going to be going from the inner corners of your eyes, outer corners of your eyes, inwards, and then you're going to be circling, applying more pressure onto your eyebrows, going over to your ears, and then sliding down the clavicle 3 times. So once again, I'm going to be going inner eye corners, going over to your outer corners. Out backwards. My apologies. Outer corners going into inner corners, and then applying more pressure over the eyebrows, going towards the ears, and then sliding down the clavicles. And always make sure that when you slide down, it's towards the sides of the neck and not towards the front sides of the neck, because that's where the channels are. So once again, and this is going to be repeated 3 times with your index, middle, and ring finger. So outer corner. So outer corner of your eyes to the inner corner, and then from the inner corner you brush up and you apply more pressure to your eyebrows, and then you go to your ears, and then you slide down to your clavicle again. Once again, you go from the outer corners of your eyes, you slide in, and then you go over to your eyebrows, apply more pressure, and then you go to your ears, and then you slide down to your clavicle. Once again, you go from the outer corners of your eyes, slide in, apply more pressure over your eyebrows, go towards your ears, and then slide down. Now for this next one, what we're going to be doing is somewhat the opposite. You're going to be going, instead of from the outer to the inner corners of your eyes, for the bottom of your eyes, I'm going to be going from the inner to the outer parts of your eyes, moving up to your temple, going to your ears, and then sliding down. So once again, it's going to be inner to outer, up the temple, going towards the ears, and then down to the clavicle. So from inner to outer, and then up the temples, down to the ears, and then down to the clavicle. Second time, inner ears to the outer, going up the temple, going to the ears, and then going down the clavicle. And then one more time. So inner eyes to the out, going up the temples, and then going down. Now, for the next one, it's simple as well. All you have to do is, if you want to do this at home, of course, you have to, 3 fingers again, you place your 6 fingers onto your chin, and then you brush up all the fat in your chin, and you circle onto the philtrum, which is this little part right here that separates your nose from your mouth. So you're going to be going rotating, and then rotating again 3 times. So we're going to do it as such. So I'm going to be pressing my fingers against your chin, and then going upwards, you press all the fat upwards, and then you bring it to the philtrum beneath your nose. And then once again, you're going to do the same thing, and then a 3rd time. So same thing. For the next part, we're going to be working from the philtrum, massaging the soft part of your nose, the cartilage part of your nose, and then we're going to be changing up, and we're going to be going to the bony area of your nose, and we're going to be massaging that as well. And then we're going to be pressing all of the material that we just, arranged towards the area right here, and then moving it to your ears, and then moving it down. So once again, we're going to be massaging the cartilage, or the area around your cartilage in the nose, and then going to the harder part of your nose, brushing away the fat there, and then moving all of this to your ears and then down your clavicle. So to begin, we're going to be working on your nose, so the soft part of your nose, going from the philtrum, which is that little bridge between your nose and your the top of your lip. You're going to be massaging in rotation, just like the lips, the soft part of your nose, and then afterwards we're going to be brushing away the fat against the harder part, or rather surrounding the harder part of your nose. And then afterwards we will take all of that we already accumulated towards the edges of that area, and we're going to brush it to the sides, to your ears rather, and then down your clavicle. Once again, you repeat this process 3 times, so it's a more lengthy process. So going from your philtrum, massaging the soft part of your nose, the cartilage of your nose, you're going to be doing that a couple of times, and then you go to the harder part of your nose, and then you massage that, just brushing away the fat, and then you take all of that and then you bring it to your ears and then down your clavicle. And then once again, you go from the philtrum and massage the area around the cartilage in your nose, and then you massage away the fat around your nose, the hard part of your nose, the bone part of your nose, and then you brush away all of the collected impurities, and you bring it to your ears and then down your clavicle. And just to illustrate it on me, basically you're just, once again, going right here, just massaging from the philtrum of your nose, putting all 3 fingers connected right here, like in the median line of your forehead, and then you're going to be massaging that, and then a couple of times, and then you're going to move on, going to the harder part of your nose, and then you're going to be brushing that away, not in a circular fashion like in the softer part of your nose. And then afterwards, you press all of that and you bring it to your ears, and then you bring it down to your clavicle. Once again, the clavicle being, got lotion on my hair again, the clavicle being your collarbone. For this next part, what we're going to do is that I'm going to be putting, this time you don't use just 3 fingers, you put your entire palm against your face. So you're going to be basically massaging from your chin all the way, and your nose, just placing the entire thing here, and you're going to be massaging beneath your eyes, and then pressing everything to the sides of your face, bringing it all into your ears, and then sliding it down again. So once again, you're going to be basically pushing everything around your nose and mouth, beneath your eyes, and then you bring it up to your nose, and then down your neck. So, to begin, I'm going to be, once again, not 3 fingers, but your entire palm. So, I'm going to be pressing everything, bringing it up to your ears, and then sliding it down your clavicle. Pressing everything, going up to your ears, and then down to your clavicle. And then once again, everything up to your ears, and then down your clavicle. So for the next one, what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to be holding one cheek with a hand, and then with the other cheek, with the other hand and the other cheek, your other cheek, I'm going to be pressing the fat towards your nose, and then once it's towards your nose, I'll kind of switch my hand and I'll be pressing it towards your ear, and then bringing it down to your clavicle again. And then I'll do the same, but for your opposite side of your face, the cheek that I don't work on. Once again, going towards your nose, and then switching to going towards your ear, and then bringing it down your clavicle. So, for your face, I'm going to be holding this side first, and then I'm going to be pressing all the fat to your nose, and then bringing it to your ear, and then down to your clavicle. Once again, pressing all the fat towards your nose, bringing it to your ear, and then down your clavicle. Once again, pressing all the fat to your nose, switching it up, going to your ear, and then bringing it down to the clavicle. So, same process for this side as well. So I'm going to be holding this cheek now, and then I'm going to be pressing all the fat to your nose, switching it up, bringing it to the ear, and then down your clavicle. Pressing all the fat into your nose, then to your ear, and then going down the clavicle, and then once again, pressing all the fat towards your nose, switching it up, going towards your ear, and then down the clavicle. For the next one, I'm going to be taking the 3 fingers again, because the last 2 steps use your entire palm, but for this one you use 3 fingers. And I'm going to be massaging the fluid and the fat around your nose again. I'm going to be pressing it up, and then just, instead of using the entire palm and going like that, it's going to be just pressing it up, going beneath your eyes, and then to your ears, and then down your clavicle. So, to start, once again, 3 times. So, to start, I'm going to be pressing against the areas around your nose, and then beneath your eyes, towards your ears, and then down your clavicle. Once again, pressing all the fat and fluids from your nose, beneath your eyes, towards your ears, and then down your clavicle. And then, lastly, pressing all the fat and fluid away from your nose, beneath your eyes, towards your ears, and then down your clavicle. So for this step, what I'm going to be doing, and what you can do as well, I'm going to be taking the heel of my hand, both of them, because they're both going to be working at the same time, and I'm going to be pressing up against your cheekbone where it starts right here, and then I'm going to be massaging everything down your cheekbone, into your ear, and then down towards your clavicle again. So once again, as a demonstration, starting from the beginning of your cheekbone, sliding up against it, and then moving to your ears, and then down your clavicle. So, heels of my hands, going up your cheekbones, into your ear, and then down your clavicle. Heels of my hand, starting against your cheekbone, going up the cheekbone, going to the ears, and then down the clavicle. And then again, heels of hands going at the cheekbones, going against the cheekbones, into the ears, and then down the clavicle. Now for this part, it's going to be the same thing, only it's going to be your entire hand, and it's going to be for all the cheek fat in your, face. So I'm going to be taking my hands and I'm going to be pressing all of the cheek fat and moving it towards your ears and then down your clavicle. Once again, all of the fat towards your ears and then down your clavicle. And then once again, all of the fat towards your ears and then down your clavicle. And when it comes to the fattier areas, such as your cheeks, probably more pressure than in more sensitive areas, because that one needs more help basically, and it's more durable with more pressure, while the other parts, they're sensitive, so obviously there could be negative side effects in that. So for this part, I can't really do it for you. I can't really do it for you because it would require you having to put your thumb behind your ear basically. So what you have to do, and you can emulate me right now, is you bring your fingers towards your jaw, you kind of massage away your jaw, you bring it up towards your ears with your thumbs going like this, and then once your thumb reaches the back of your ear, you bring it down to your clavicle, and then once again you do it 3 times. So you bring your fingers to your jaw, you massage it upwards, you keep going until your thumb is behind your ear, and then you massage it towards your clavicle. And then once again, you bring your fingers to your jaw, massage upwards until your thumbs are behind your ears, and then you massage down your clavicle. Now for this part, what I'm going to be doing is it would work best if you were to do it on your own as well, because your index finger is obviously longer than your pinky, and so with my pinky, I wouldn't be able to grab everything. I would have to aim higher. But with your index finger, what you do is that you basically cup your face like this, and then you press everything towards the sides, you move up the temple, and then you bring it all to your ear, and then you bring it down to your clavicle again, and you do that 3 times again. So basically, you cup your face as if you're about to scream or something, you bring it up to your ears, or rather your temple, and then your ears, and then you bring it down your clavicle. So with my messed up pinkies, I'm going to be bringing everything, or trying to get everything around your nose, and then bringing it all to your temple, and then towards your ears, and then down your clavicle. Once again, everything around your nose, bringing it up to your temple, to your ears, and then down your clavicle. And then once again, everything around your nose, up your temple, towards your ears, and then down your clavicle. For this last part, it's quite simple. It's very easy. All you have to do is simply, for this part, I hope I didn't get lotion in my hair again, but I might have. You take your 3 fingers again, and then you simply zigzag across your forehead, alternating in the direction as well. And this helps to prevent fine lines. So you just keep doing that. Now that's what I'm going to be doing with you now. So I'm just going to be zigzagging a couple of times. Probably 4 more times. Make sure that however many times you zigzag one way, you zigzag the other way. That way it's kept even. And then to finish up the lymphatic face massage and whatnot, you do exactly what we did in the beginning, which is where you press your fingers to the meridian line, and then you brush away the material there, and then you go to your ears, and then you drain it out. So basically, you bring your fingers again, you massage everything away from your forehead, bring it to your ears, and then down your clavicle. Once again, away from the forehead, into the ears, down the clavicle, and then it's drained out. And then once more, everything away from the forehead, into the ears, and then down to the clavicle. So you're all set when it comes to the lymphatic massage, or the facial massage, or whatever you decide to call it. All the lymphatic fluid should be in the channel going down and whatnot to the rest of your system. So everything in your face should be, in proportion now. Is there anything else that you think that you might want to have any interest in, aromatherapy, anything else that my facility might be able to help you with? Okay, in that case, have a lovely day.